What is happening? My name is Nick Fraunfelder. I am the CEO of SureOak. And if you're watching this, you're probably wondering what is happening with SEO. AI is disrupting us. Things are changing on the search engine result page. I'm getting these AI overviews and snippets. What's the future hold? And if I rank now on Google, will I rank on ChatGPT and Grok and Perplexity? Well, no worries, we're gonna get into all of that. We get asked every day by our clients how to future-proof their businesses so that they can ensure B2B leads are going to be coming through no matter the search engine. But before I get into that, I wanna step back a little bit. I wanna give you some context of what has changed, not only within the technology, but the consumer behavior as well. And then third, we're gonna give you some strategies to help you stay ahead of the curve and keep your business going the right direction. Okay, first, what's changed? Okay, the technology has changed, we know that. But the rapid rate of advancement has really been the most mind-boggling. What first started happening was the advent of the chat prompt. ChatGPT is the best known one, but now we have Grok, Claude, Perplexity, and they're all great. Well, people started doing informational searches on these platforms. And so what has changed is the top of the funnel, where our clients used to write a lot of informational content and they would rank for those on the search engine result page or the SERP. That's now all happening outside of their website and being handled on the actual LLM model themselves. Well, what's Google gonna do in response to this? Well, you've already seen it. They inserted the AI overviews or the AI snippet. But the snippet doesn't happen all the time. Not to fear, we have a little insight on that. And as of today, this is what we know. There's a company called SEMrush. You might already know about it. It's a pay-per-click and a search engine or SEO tool. But they did a lot of research about what types of searches, which we're calling intent, trigger the AI overview. So as you can see from this bar chart here, that 99% of informational searches, so I just want to know how to make sourdough, which is really popular right now, is triggering these AI overviews, but less so for the commercial and transaction, those high conversion intent traffic. So for B2B marketers, that's really good. That means Google is still our go-to. And by the way, it still has 97% of all search traffic. But if it's adding this AI overview right below the ads on top of the search page, we have to consider how we want to show up if they start doing 50%, 90% AI overviews for even commercial intent traffic. One more note about Google. You know how the top of the bar, they have all results, or you could do just show me the images or just the videos based on the keyword that was typed in? Well, they've already announced that they're going to release an AI portion where Gemini will be the entire search engine result page. So let's be watching for that and how that's going to affect search results. Okay, what's the other big change? Well, we've changed. Us, the searcher, the consumer. Now that we have this new technology, the way that we actually interact and make queries, or prompts in this case, is much different. So in search, we use keywords, or long tail keywords if we want to be more specific. But in prompts, we do what we call conversational keywords here at SureOak. They're much longer. They're conversations, obviously. I start with very high level informational intent, and while I'm within the same string, I'm actually getting to the transactional. For example, if I'm looking for a good bank for a small business, I can start having a conversation. Yeah, but ChatGPT, I'm in Georgia. But yeah, ChatGPT, I'm a fintech company. I have cash management issues. I want someone that also can do wealth management. That conversation gets more narrow and narrow. And by the time it actually recommends and gets to the transactional space, then I'll actually go to the website. What Google is trying to do is put these AI overviews so that you never leave their page. You've already seen this in e-commerce, where they have brands and items that you can buy right on top of the search engine result page. They want you to stay within Google before you actually leave and go to the business's site. The same thing is happening in B2B. It's called a zero-click experience. And this is feeding into what the consumer actually wants. I don't want to go to your website. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to your salesperson and get into an email back and forth of follow up and follow up. Are you ready to buy? You've lost interest. Why is that? It's no fun for anybody. Before I dive into strategies, can I just do a shameless plug for SureOak? If you're confused about anything SEO or AI or paid media, that's PPC, Google Ads, social paid, we'd love to help you. If you like, you can visit our website. We have lots of free resources, case studies, blogs, white papers, surveys that you can check out, and they might be pertaining to your industry. If you're in banking, insurance, YMYL, your money, your life, and you have a lot of compliance, we should definitely talk. That's really our sweet spot. If you think it's worth a phone call, you want to schedule a strategy session and talk to a live human being, not a robot, we'll tell you really quick in a 20-minute call whether or not we can help you out. We're not fit for everybody, and we get that. We are niche, and we're focused on what we are good at. Strategies. Nick, you promised me strategies. Where are my strategies so I can do both SEO and or GEO/AISO? GEO is Generative Engine Optimization, and AISO is Artificial Intelligence Search Optimization. That's a mouthful. We're going to go with GEO. All right, so how do we do this? Okay, strategy number one, and you're going to be so disappointed, but it's having a good SEO strategy. Why? Well, the LLM models are trained on the internet, and it's trained on the Google search engine results. So anything that Google's doing, it's trained to do itself. So the first thing to do is do exactly what Google tells you to do. And we've been doing this for years. We've had a long-term outlook on it. We don't do hacks. We just follow the guidance. And what Google clearly states is focus on EEAT: experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. That goes for all of your content and how you actually get up in the search results. So make sure that your content shows experience, is technically sound, is organized so Google can find it, and that you have some credibility to be talking on this topic, and find backlinks that refer to your content because it's that good. Okay, enough about EEAT. What is the strategy and the difference with GEO versus SEO as it relates to EAT? Well, we call it NEAT, and the N can stand for a lot of different things. Niche, nuance, new. These are the type of unique pieces of content that Google rewards anyway, but AI is going to be more prone to actually crawl and put up on their AI results. So focus on a point of view, talk about things that are value added, and look for those conversational keywords, those long tail topics that are unique, where you can shine and be the front runner and show authority in the space. That's going to do you a lot of good. This next strategy is an easy one. It's human authority. Now that's counterintuitive for an AI model, but the idea is on things that we write about, we want to show human authority. Okay, remember when Instagram had to institute the blue check mark because of all the spammy fake accounts? Well, the same thing is happening in AI land. Websites like Reddit are so powerful and big. Is that because humans want to get other humans' point of view? And even though it's a robot, they know and want to create a human-centered experience. So for your content, when you're writing, particularly your blogs, and you have subject matter experts within your company, you really want to highlight those. And it's really easy. This is Elation Health. This is a SureOak client, and they are probably the top electronic medical record company for independent physicians. And what they do a really good job of, and they were doing this before SureOak, is that they highlight their subject matter experts on their blogs. And they do it really simply. Put a date of when it was published, who wrote it, and then actually link to their bio and other pieces of content that they've written. This is really simple, and it's a great way for Google and the AI LLM models to actually see that you have street cred and that you can actually be writing on this topic, and that you're also familiar with other topics related to the cluster. What about backlinks? Can I finally stop trying to acquire backlinks? Not so fast. While backlinks are absolutely super important SEO, they are still important for AI. The reason being, if you look at the source data for the actual results within a prompt for, like, let's say a commercial transaction, you'll see that the sources are usually the top 12 results in like a Google search. So the backlinks are very important. In fact, they're probably, so like in SEO where you can get away with less high domain authority links, in AI prompts, you're actually gonna see very high domain authority, harder backlinks to get, but that's who they're referencing. So what we call listicles, or list of best banks in the US, those are the type of lists that it's actually pulling from. So we think this is going to change. This is very Google early 2000s, where lists, or if you had best SEO company in the name, you could actually rank no matter what. But I think this will get more nuanced, and I think I'm waiting to see how backlinks are going to play out. But it's still a first principle approach to how to establish authority within Google search. Last tip, social media is crashing into SEO. We talked about Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook. These human platforms are getting rewarded, and they are actually training the AI models because there's huge amounts of data and copy in each of these websites. So I would not ever sell on these platforms unless you're doing a paid ad. That makes total sense, but do not organically try to be a part of a conversation and try to pitch your business. But if you're actually leading the conversation and adding value as like an SME, helping others within the community get better, well, then I think that's going to reflect very positively on your brand and your website, and it might help your search results. So be watching this. I would go carefully. Do not sell. Don't get yourself banned. One last thing I would like to mention is going to be the loss of data. Yes, it hurts my heart a little bit. So with the zero-click experience, you're going to start seeing web visits probably start to go down. That's if you have a lot of informational searches. I think we've seen some of this with HubSpot, other companies like that have been affected. So the key thing to be watching is your conversions. So make sure that your pages are converting at a high rate, and when they actually get to the page based off the query or the prompt, that you're answering it completely and directly to ensure that you give them no excuses not to convert and ask for a discovery call, ask for more information, just so that you can get the lead in the system. All right, that's it. That's what we know as of the first quarter of 2025. We're going to be doing these videos quarterly, and we're going to give you more updates so that you can stay ahead. I've never seen technology releases at this pace before. It's very interesting. I think it's creating more opportunities than people are giving it credit for having our businesses appear on a new channel. The first movers are going to be rewarded in this space. If you would like help, reach out. Again, we can set up a free strategy call and we can tell you whether or not we can help. Until then, we'll see you next time.